Yeah.
It's over. I have done all that I could, and my Amelia is still cold and dead. Roth first scowled at my designs. Then he pleaded with me not to go through with the ritual. Not because he feared it might work, but because he feared what I might do when it failed. And it has failed. There is no doubt in that. I prepared everything according to my research. When I dropped the stone into the elixir and held it to her lips, I thought for the barest moment that it had worked. The hour was midnight and my pocket watch stopped inexplicably. There was a charge in the air like the moment before a lightning strike. For a heartbeat, I imagined that my life was being drawn from me as one empties a glass in order to be poured back into Amelia. I would have welcomed death if the last thing I saw were her eyes, clear and alive again. But the moment passed. Amelia is still dead, and I was no Orpheus. We will return to the manor and lay her to rest. I owe her that much.
Wow.
You brought her home. She's here, somewhere.
This was part of a set of statues Dad found in China. He thought it was linked to the Temple of Xian. Perhaps I should look into it someday. Dad's Tibetan scroll. I remember he used to pore over this late into the night.
Amazing. Even in here, Dad went out of his way to hide his findings.
應該是 Victor 找你啊。我们的。
Hi, Dad. So I know I only just returned to school, but when can I come out to the dig site again? It's just so boring here. We're doing all the stuff I already read last summer. I always end up staring out the window and thinking about our expeditions, and then I'm yelled at for daydreaming. I promise I'll be good and not disturb you and just work wherever you tell me. I just miss it, Dad. And I miss you.
วิกเตอร์เจ้าในวันปลอดภัยกันเอาโลโก้
Lord Croft is resolved to seal the west wing of the manor. I try to talk sense into him, but he will not be swayed. And to make matters worse, I believe his experiences in Tibet have only further fueled the fire of his obsession. He's now up at all hours in his study, researching God knows what. And poor Lara, she is so confused. Too young to understand the tragedy that has befallen this great house. My dearest hope is that Lord Croft will emerge from his grief and embrace fatherhood and the love of his daughter. But I fear he may give in to his obsessive nature, that which Lady Amelia tempered in him so well. In any case, I will be a rock for young Lara. She will never sense tragedy and sorrow in me, only the love and support she deserves.
More documents, 5 more relics. I missed something.
This was always one of my favorite books in this library. I used to trace hieroglyphs. To the east, our respite to the west, our future is to the south, our past is to the north.
Incredible. This crypt was here all along.
Almost.
I expected a sort of crushing finality to grip me when we returned to the manor to lay Amelia to rest. Indeed, once the last of my funereal duties were performed, I fully believed that I would crumple to the ground next to her and expire, not from grief, but succumbing to the terrible exhaustion of the last few weeks. Instead, as the mausoleum stones slid into place, I felt a sort of peace and energy, one that I confess caught me entirely off guard. This was not the terminus of our story, and I was a fool to think so. Her body may be gone, but her spirit still resides here, in the manor, in me, in Lara. Her soul is forever twined with mine, and death is just a momentary interruption. I walked out of that cold quiet into a sunlight that burned my eyes, and I have never been more sure. Death is not the end, and there is work yet to do.
Bom, dinheiro. Bom.
My great-grandmother Rose, nicknamed the Golden Rose for her perfect reputation. I wonder what she would have thought of me.
My God, can it be? Dad, you did bring her home.
My dearest Lara, it is difficult to write this, knowing these may only ever be words on a page to you. I wonder if you will remember my voice. Will you remember the way we used to play and laugh? Will you remember me comforting you when you were sad? Know that I'm still with you, Lara. My energy, my love, it's within you. It always will be. Use that energy to pursue your passions in life. Never let others determine your journey. You become who you are through your choices, through the love you give and the promises you keep. I hope you are happy, that you are loved and successful in whatever it is you choose to do. I am proud of you, my darling. Remember me. With all my love, your mother.
Mẹ bên trong có mình đọc được.
What's this? A letter.
Lara, I have received the notarized affidavit confirming Amelia's grave and the discovery of the burial crypt within the manor premises. While I can't fathom why your father would hide your mother's fate from her own family, I cannot deny that any legal claims I may have had on the estate are now null and void. Croft Manor and the remainder of your father's assets are now yours in perpetuity to do with as you wish. If there comes a time when you require assistance in managing the estate, I hope you will consider contacting me to retain my services. Sincerely, your uncle.
I've been so focused on defying my uncle, of fighting to keep his hands off this manor, that I never realized how much this place actually means to me. But since I've been here, I can feel the presence of my mother and father. I sense the entire history of my family and the deep roots we have in this place. I want to honor my parents. I want to honor all of my ancestors. The Croft family may be all but destroyed, but I will make our name and our home great again.
Three more rounds. And where are they? Something over here?
I can still remember the last time I fired these. The broken sword I brought back from Yamato. The Atlas, such an amazing piece of craftsmanship. Sophia insisted I take it home with me.
Stop. So I will be to the moon. What about this net there?
It has taken me 30 years of adversity, doubts, and ridicule to reach this day. It was the state who finally saw the worth in my work, saw the potential in raising up a generation of Soviet men to be something more. The first wave of test subjects, brave heroes one and all, had to be euthanized. My work, I see now, would never have led to a generation of heroes as I once dreamed. I know one thing. I created a weapon to protect my homeland. For that, I am proud.
All right, Lara, this is it. The chemical weapon, the infected Trinity soldiers, they're all coming from this old Soviet compound. This is the place. I've got the operations manual you dug up, so I can translate the directions to shut down the facility. If we can't shut down the machines, the toxin will drift into our valley within a day. Sophia's gonna keep us in the air, but we'll be nearby. Other than that, you're on your own down there.
Poor vision, but they can definitely hear me.
Shut down those towers, and then get the hell out of there. And stay safe.
I'll try.
I think we saw a weapons cache on our last flyby. Want to take a look?
They're tracking by sound. Got to keep quiet.
Lần này lần.
Do you think Trinity knew what they were doing when they reactivated the facility?
Hard to imagine anyone would do this on purpose. They must have been out here looking for the source.
There's a weapons cache close to you. If it's safe, you should check it out. We're lucky the toxin doesn't seem to affect women.
Not yet, at any rate. I suspect it alters dihydrotestosterone production, which would explain the aggression, the rapid muscle growth, and why it affects men so quickly.
Yeah, that sounds... sure. Hang on, you said not yet. Do you think we're at risk from the toxin after all?
Possibly. It's a chemical weapon, Nadia. Right now, I'm more worried about the immediate problem at hand.
No, that makes sense. Sophia's gonna take us up a little higher.
Well, high ground's better.
Spotted a weapons cache. It's near your position.
Oh, somebody did it now.
Lara, bad news. When we shut down the towers, it's going to shunt the rest of the toxin to the central core. Which is what we expected, and we'll get it all in one place. But looking at the structural damage out here, there's no way the core is going to hold all that pressure after all these years.
What's our worst case scenario?
The core containment fails, and a concentrated cloud of toxin gets dispersed in the wind. As bad as it gets.
Got to find those towers. Damn, what happened in this place?
Are you headed for those towers? If we can't shut down the production of the toxin, then...
We'll shut them down. I promise. What the hell was that?
Okay, Laura. We've got a plan for the central core, but I don't think you're gonna like it.
Let's hear it.
If you do get to... when you shut down the last tower, the central core won't be able to hold all that pressure. It's going to fail. But if you can get inside and overload the machinery all at once, you'll trigger a catastrophic failure, and the explosion will burn off the toxin. I hope.
You're right. I don't like it, but it's all we've got.
Because it's falling, I guess. So, just like this.
Do we need to come up with a call sign? You know, for the three of us. Our team.
I'm gonna get off the radio now, Nadia.
Okay, but think about it. We could be the...
Probably good idea.
Can't let them hear me.
But I can't do much. Still very weird.
The toxin is still being made in those towers, Laura. We have to shut down the machinery.
We will, Nadia. We didn't come this far just to fail.
Box here.
There's a prisoner right near you. Can you set her free?
Where? Near?
Need to shut down those towers. They don't see me yet.
I've accompanied the man from Echo Team to the research site. As per your instructions, not even the sergeant in command is aware of our secondary objective. He believes that I'm just a translator, and we are here to aid in the recovery of the divine source. But I've already confirmed what you and I suspected. This was indeed the research base mentioned in the redacted documents. They were close to a breakthrough in unlocking rapid human improvement, and not close enough. The test subjects overwhelmed and killed the staff. We will be cautious, but I'll see what research I can recover.
All this really Where's the...
We think there's a prisoner near your location. Can you take a look?
What? Another one? Yeah, I know I'm going.
What the hell happened to them?
Where did he come from? So they just keep respawning?
Lara, we still have to shut down these towers. We don't have a lot of time.
I know, Nadia, but it's dangerous down here. I won't be able to shut them down if I'm dead.
Shut up, Nadia.
Is there... Can anyone hear me? Try not to make any noise, and we'll get you out of here. Thank you. I will.
Lara, there's a weapons cache near you. Figured you could use all the help you can.
Oh. So annoying.
What's out there? I need help. You have to hurry, please. Hey, can you hear me? Hello? I'm outside the first of the towers now.
Okay, when you enter, the airlock will shut behind you. You're going to have to find another way out once you shut down the machinery.
Who's there? Can someone hear me?
Please.
Stay as quiet as you can. We're getting out of here. Understood. You lead.
There are 4 major systems in the facilities. The good news is, they should be color-coded and well-marked. There's the water filtration system. They'll be colored blue and will have a circular icon with a water drop in the center. There's the fuel pump system, highly flammable, so it's going to be marked red with a diamond-shaped icon with a flame in the center. Then, there's the main biological catalyst. Those systems will be marked green with a poison warning, a square icon with a skull and crossbones. And lastly, there's a radioactive waste system. Should be painted yellow and marked with triangular radioactive warning signs. All right, let's shut this place down. Here we go. We're looking for a large sealed cylinder. When you open it, you should see gas as well as a series of lights. Are they all off? If yes, then find the green generator for the biological catalyst system and go ahead and get it running. If not, then you have to power up the generator for the radioactive waste system.
That's it, Nadia. This tower's been shut down.
Good. Now, it's going to vent all the remaining toxin to the central core. Once it's all in one place, we'll have to find a way to destroy it all. For now, find the exit on the roof and head back outside.
No, never mind. I love it now. It's stressful. Okay, that's it. I'm done. Should be not nothing more. Okay, I'm done.